Hi, how's everybody? What's going on? I'm gonna do a read. Yes, I'm Miss. Right, I'm gonna do a read for y'all. I don't have a name for it right now. We just, everything been freestyle lately, right? Everything been freestyle. I mean, name wise, right? My readings are what they are. They're freestyle reads. But, the title freestyle to come whenever, but let's get it right. So as far as I'm concerned, right now we have the devil card. So what this devil card is saying that the devil didn't make you do nothing. You did everything within your life that's taking place at this current time. The devil just sitting back smoking his cigarettes, watching you act a stone cold fool. And the way it's looking, like with this devil, and he's sitting back smoking his cigarettes, and you acting a stone cold fool, it's looking like you gonna die. Meaning you're gonna pay the price for this devil smoking all of these cigarettes, right? So understand, it's gonna be a whole wrap for you because you've been using these spiritual forces, right? You've been using spirituality to cover up your demonality, right? You have been using spirituality to cover up what you really are, which is a person who uses a black magic and evil, just evil, whatever, period, evil entities, right? You create things within your life to send out, to do harm to others, right? So you are the frustrator of your own issues. And currently, that's the main thing that you should be dealing with. The fact that you are the frustrator of yourself. You are the creator of your own issues. And selling your soul and making pacts and all of that stuff is why you are currently in a situation where the death card is your friend, right? The death card is now your friend in whatever capacity you're losing. You're going to die or lose something major, right? So what's secondary currently and what you're fearing currently is the Two of Cups card. You thought that you had this in the bag. You thought you had everything together. You thought that you had the perfect setup. But nah, not at all. Right? It didn't happen that way whatsoever. What's really happened is there's a paradigm. You thought it was all nice and beautiful and whole, but what's really is it's broken up in pieces. It's done, right? It's overdone, right? This is a situation where it was good at one point, but it just soured out, and it's still sitting there. Like I told y'all before, something is done, and it's still sitting there. You've been done eating. You left them eggs sitting there. That's why you have maggots, right? You should have been through them out. It's your own fault that you have maggots. The eggs can't throw themselves out. You have to do it yourself. You cook them, and you got a little bit of water on them. It's hot, 90-something degrees. What you thought, right? The eggs can't throw themselves in the garbage. That's your deal. So you ended up with a sour situation, and it's your own fault. And you continue to keep that sour situation sitting in front of you. It's putrid, right? And you did it to yourself, right? So currently, you was looking at a meal ticket, right? You was looking at a meal ticket, but it became a mishap, and you ended up being a bottom feeder, right? So you're in the hangman, right? Now this is the hangman card, right? You've been left hanging to dry, right? And there's a lot of things that are coming at you now that are trying to pull you down even further and deeper because that's what you did to another person. You tried to take a person down. So now the things that you fear have come to you to take you down, and that is your mishap, right? So now you will reap what you sow. That's exactly what's about to take place. You're going to reap what you sow. Let's see, next is the Knight of Cups. You see this particular wave and you want to be on it, right? You want to ride the wave, right? You want to be part of the team, but you aren't equipped for that particular team. You're doing too much at one time, right? You need to calm your nerves. You need to settle down. You need to sit back and revisit your life and reevaluate your life and decide where you're supposed to be at. But currently you are so toxic, it doesn't even matter. Right? You are highly toxic. And you're really like just wearing blinders, right? You people are highly toxic and wearing blinders, right? Turned your whole back to life, turned your whole life upside down, blaming other people for your mishaps and your sentences and your deaths, right? That has taken place within your families, just in your surroundings, period. I mean, you're the one who fed yourselves to the wolves and became a wolf, right? You became a wolf and fed yourself to the wolf at the same time, right? Right. So now we have the Hierophant card. And the Hierophant card means it got so hot, heavy, and ridiculous that, you know, God had to step in. There's other forces that have to step in. Nobody understands really what's taking place at this current time, because everybody around here in America seems to be on some wild, crazy spiritual stuff that none of us ever knew about. If we're not in your sweet little secret society, there is something spiritual that you guys delved in that none of us know about. None of us, right? Because this is not something that we should be going through at this current time. So that means the evil was you, I don't know. The evil was too great on earth at this time for God to have to come through, because nobody knows what this is, right? It's no secret. Nobody knows what this is. Nobody knows what's going on. We're just moving. We're just going with day by day, right? We're just following God's orders. Us. I don't know what you guys are doing. We're just following God's orders. That's why we're getting through. We're living like we normally did, but still having to deal with whatever this spiritual stuff is that's going on, right? The earth will never be the same, right? Never, ever, right? And so now we have the Seven of Pentacles, right? The Seven of Pentacles is it seven? Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles is it's just saying that wait, it's okay, wait a minute. We got seven. It's saying, wait, yeah, because it's a couple things. The Seven of Pentacles is just saying that there's a lot of okay, there's a lot of strong armor going on, right? There's a lot of strong armor going on. And it should, in the past, and it should not have taken place. This strong army should not have taken place because it didn't do anything but spring you forward to the Ace of Swords card, which put you down under, right? Which made you a bottom feeder, which made you broke, which made you poor, right? And that is of your own doing because it was conscious. That Two of Pentacles was, Seven of Pentacles was conscious. You made a conscious decision. You weighed your options. You made a conscious decision, and you helped plant seeds to be part of, right, help plant seeds for this destruction to occur. So you were part of the destruction, and you planted those seeds. You thought through thoroughly, Seven of Pentacles, to make that total decision. Eight, to go forward with it, right? You put your foot in and said, I'm going to do this, right? I stand behind my decision, my product, because once you destroy something, that's permanent, right? Even if it can be put back, you did destroy it once, right? So the destruction of it was permanent one time, right? Well, the destruction occurred. So, right, it's permanent. There was a destruction that occurred, right? You can't never take that destruction away. You can mend it, but you can't never take it away. Is what I'm saying, right? So the reality of it is permanent, that a destruction occurred, even though you may have mended it, even though it may be mended better. You can't take away the reality of the destruction. So that's permanent. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles, and that has to do with you totally ignoring everything that was said to you, totally wanting everything your way, totally not understanding that you're losing out too, right? So it's totally amazing to us how you allowed yourself to take someone else down in such a manner to where you yourselves was taken down. Right. You guys had so much hate and destruction on your minds with that Ace of Swords that you didn't even think that with the Four of Pentacles that I'm being affected by this as well. If I tear up America and I live in America, what's going to happen? If I tear America, I live in America, I ain't rich, what's going to happen? Right. I'm not going to have anything. Four of Pentacles, right. I'm going to be trying to hold on to stuff, but it's just going to dissipate, right. Ace of Swords is going to be taken from me, right. Right. So now we move on to the Knight of Swords. And this Knight of Swords is saying that, you know, you guys brought on a hot situation. And a lot of you are wishing that it never took place, right? Because it caused you to be left behind. It caused you to not receive anything that you thought you were going to receive. So you are in an uproar also with that Knight of Swords. You're in an uproar within yourselves. And your uproar within yourself is ultimately going to come outward. Because the situation isn't getting any better. It's getting worse and worse and worse around here. That's why the Hangman is up there. It's getting worse and worse and worse around here. Because nothing's changing. Nothing's being done. I told you with that Two of Cups, it got worse. It's getting putrid. Right? Excuse me. Yes, the situation is getting putrid. Nothing's getting better. Right? People are just hanging around doing nothing, getting disgruntled with the Hangman. And now the Knight of Swords. You're angry with yourself for making such a bad decision, not listening to anything anybody had to say with the Four of Pentacles that made sense with the Ace of Swords, right? You weighed your options, did what you wanted to do, you planted those seeds, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, and now you're at the Knight of Swords. Mad as hell at yourself for doing all of that, but it's gonna come outward on someone else. Which right now I'm the target, but when I remove myself, who else gonna be the target? Other people, right? You're going to go to war with other people with that Knight of Swords, right? Right. That's why I told y'all, chill the hell out. Because guess what that devil is doing? Sit back smoking his cigarettes laughing at y'all. Because you're blaming him when you could have changed your own self, right? With that death card, right? You could have changed yourself, death card. Death to self. Death to that devilish behavior. Two of Cups. Love myself more than I love being a folly piece of shit, right? Hey man, let me stop and think and take a minute for myself to better myself with that Knight of Cups. Let me love myself solely right now. Let me grow up and love myself solely right now. And Hierophant, build a better relationship with God, with myself, with people, with my family, with my community. Let me do better, right? Let me make better decisions in life with that Seven of Pentacles and that Ace of Swords, because I am growing and I do know better. I may not be totally highly educated, but I do know better, right? With that Ace of Swords, Four of Pentacles. I ain't stupid. I know better, right? I wasn't raised like a damn Neanderthal. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, right? Knight of Swords, right? So I need to cut out this behavior like I ain't never been taught nothing with that Knight of Swords, right? So that is your reading. That is your read. I am all done. I still don't have a name for it. And that's all right. Good night.